Hey guys, just eating my dinner, waiting for the rest of it to get done. Had some potatoes. I didn't tell y'all this, but last week, maybe I told my mom this. I saw one of my former teachers. She walked by near a store that I was picking up some food in. I didn't want her to see me because I don't know if she would recognize me for one. My hair is a lot different. I didn't have hair back then. I mean, I had hair, but I didn't have hair like this. I'm a lot taller. I was about 5 foot. In elementary school, I was about 5'8", 5'9". I was 14. I was like 14, 13. So I don't think she would really recognize me. But I saw her, and I wasn't really a big fan of her. So that's probably why I didn't say anything. But I really wouldn't want her to see me, what I'm doing. That's why I'm trying to, within next year, get into a different field. I'm damn near 30 years old, and I need to do a little bit better than what I'm doing now. But I saw her, and really though, honestly, I'm a man. I don't blame people for my own problems. But the fact that I deliver food, I feel like this. I think this was said in. I always be reading shit, and I always gotta look at it. I gotta read it more than once to remember exactly where I read it from. But a book I read, don't know the name of it, it said that a teacher's job isn't necessarily done until the student has learned. And I'm still learning a lot of shit. But I feel like this. If your students are Uber drivers, Door Dashers, and there's nothing wrong with working a job, but if your students are fucking clerks at 7-Eleven, just thinking about jobs I've had before. I never drove for Uber, but 7-Eleven, they work at an umbrella store. That's your fault because you didn't properly do your job as a teacher. You didn't make your students intrigued by your teaching skills. Your teaching skills suck. Because if I was a teacher, I would want to make kids love school. I would explain to them why you need an education, why you need to go to school. I wouldn't just yell at them. And I may bring race into this a little bit, but this is the distinction I've learned about teachers, black and white. A lot of my black teachers, they never explained shit to us. They just yelled, and black parents do this too. They yell things into you. They yell, they threaten, beat, and dress you down. That's the same thing as yell. But they yell, they beat, and they threaten things into you. And this is why we are the way we are, because nothing ever gets explained, and you don't know the answer to it. And it's nothing. I told somebody this. It ain't nothing wrong with not knowing shit, because you can find out like everybody else did. No one naturally knows everything. They have to find out. That's why there ain't nothing wrong with not knowing. But the fact that you don't know, that gives you the reason to knock your fucking kid upside his head, because you don't know the answer to what they ask you. Just because you don't know, you just don't know. But you can find out. But a lot of things, like when I was in school, things weren't explained to us on why education is important, why reading is important, why studying is important, why all these things are important. They're not explained. They're either because I fucking said so, because you better do this or I'm gonna write you up, or little boy, you better just do what the fuck I said, because that's why it's important. It's never, because working manual labor jobs, they can do a lot of wear and tear on your body. You can get calluses on your hands. You could fall down the stairs and they may not pay you for workers' compensation because you had weed in your system. You may have to deal with employees that just got out of prison, and you know how violent they are. They don't explain that shit to you. And a lot of black teens that go to school, they don't have an interest in education because it's not, for one, in our culture, but it's not explained. The importance of it is not explained. Like the importance of carrying a gun is explained to a drug dealer. The importance of education is not explained in the black community. And I just look at it like this. The teachers, their jobs today are like the job of a babysitter or a nurse at it, like a someone working at like a daycare. They just want you to sign your name in and don't get on her fucking nerves. And if you fight, take that shit outside, or just don't hit me. They don't care about teaching you the importance of history, science, math, because all these subjects you learn can be applied to a career. If I was a teacher, I would explain to these Negroes like, yo, this science book right here, it's about 30 jobs worth of knowledge in here that you can gain if you study and put your mind to this. This history book right here, it's about 25 jobs in this book. It's about 30 jobs in this. It's about 50 jobs in this math textbook. That's never explained. It's just do the assignment, and that's why I said it. That's why I said so. Just do it because I said so. It's never explained. And I had this conversation with my dad. Everything you told us most of the time, some of the things were never really explained, because no one, especially black parents, no one wants to be challenged by their kid. But you see the effect of it. Like when I look at white kids that challenge their parents, they curse their parents out, they ask questions. Yeah, it's embarrassing to watch. But you look at the result of it. You look at the result of a white kid cursing out his parents. Shit. That white kid that cursed out his parents is now the CEO of a fucking social media website. So it's like, ask them questions. And I'm not a parent, but don't put your hands on your child just to ask them a question. Because kids, they have a thirst for knowledge, and you just going upside its head is not doing anything but adding to the problem of what we already deal with in the community itself.